Very good morning, everyone. How are you all? Fine? Okay. I'm audible? All right. So we have to continue the same chapter 6, metal and non-metal. All right. In the previous sessions, in the classes, we have studied that general properties of the metal and the non-metal and something we know about the periodic table, right? Remember all the general properties of the metal and non-metal? Okay. Now we will study about the metalloid. Okay, some general properties of the metalloid. All right. But before that, we have a topic distinguish between metal and non-metal. Okay. If you have to distinguish between the metal and non-metal, how you can do it? Okay. There are so many activities are there. Okay. Through that you can distinguish between the metal and non-metal. All right. Okay, so as we all know very well that metals are sonorous. Okay, so if you have an object and I will tell you how you will able to know that this object is metal or non-metal. What you will do for that? So you will struck with something on that object. If that produce sound, that means that object is a metal, right? If it doesn't, that means that object is a non-metal. All right. So by this way, we can easily distinguish or understood that this particular object is a metal or non-metal. Okay, the second property is malleable. Malleable or non-malleable, how we will come to know this, that whether our object is malleable or non-malleable. Okay, so for this, we have to beat it with a hammer. Okay, we have to beat it with a hammer. If it convert into a thin sheet, okay, that means that object, that substance is a metal. Okay, because they have a property of malleability. They can convert into a thin sheet. If it breaks, that means they have a property of brittle. Okay, that means that is the non-metal. All right. Next is ductile or non-ductile. Okay, so you have to bend it. What you have to do, you have to try to bend it, that particular object. If it is bent, that means that they have a property of a ductile or ductility, and that object is a metal. If it doesn't, that means that particular object is a non-metal. Okay, but only what you have to do, you have to try to bend it. अगर वो मुड़ गया, वो metal है. नहीं मुड़ा, टूट गया. Okay. वो क्या है, non-metal है. Understood? All right. Good or bad conductor of heat. How will come to know that our object is bad or good conductor of heat? So there's one activity for that. What you have to do, you have to take a beaker or any bowl. Okay, you can take it and in that put some water. Okay, and start to boil. In that you have to put two things. One is the wooden scale. Take it to wooden scale. Okay, another one take it as metal spoon. Okay, so dip it wooden scale. Okay, one end dip it in the water and set the beaker like this. For example, this is the beaker. Okay, and we are boiling this water. This is the water. This is the wooden scale. Okay, this is the wooden scale. All right, and in this, what you have to take, a spoon, metallic spoon. This is the metallic spoon. Okay. All right. So one end you have to take in your hand, and one end you have to dip in the water. All right. You will observe that when we have taken the wooden scale, when you will touch one end of this wooden scale, another end is in the water, you will not feel hot. What is the reason? Reason is this, that wood is a non-metal and it can't conduct heat. All right. So heat will not transfer from here to here. But when you will touch this spoon, okay, when you will dip one end of this spoon in the water, in the hot water, and then you will touch it, okay. So you will feel that this spoon will become hot, okay, and you will feel the heat in the another end. Okay, you will feel the heat on the another end. All right. So this is what? This is the metallic spoon. That means that metals can conduct heat, but non-metals can't. All right. Understood? Everyone? Everyone understood? When you will touch one end of this spoon, okay, another one is in the water, and this end you will touch it, you will feel hot. Okay, that will become heat because heat will transfer from here to here, from one end to another end. All right. So by these activities, we came to know that non-metals can't conduct heat, but metals can do so. All right. Understood? Understood, and do like this. Don't forget thumbs up. Okay. बहुत से लोगों के मन में इच्छा हो रही होगी काश थम्स अप पी रहे होते. हाँ. Okay. So next is what you have to, the next property is good or bad conductor of electricity. Okay, so how you will come to know this, that whether our object can conduct electricity or not, whether it is metal or non-metal. Okay, so we can do so by making a circuit. Okay. Circuit you all know. In this you have to take a switch, wire, bulb. Okay, all these things. In circuit, what you have to take? You have to take wire, switch, bulb. Okay, and one is battery. All right. So like this, for example, this is the battery. And this will have a bulb. This is bulb. All right. This is battery. This is wire. Okay, and this is switch. All right. Okay, this is the circuit. When you will close the switch, okay, when it touches, then bulb will start to glow. All right. But when you will open this switch, the circuit will open and the bulb will stop glowing. Okay. But here, what you have to do, in this cutted one piece of wire from here to here. Okay, and in this end, you have to add a wood, piece of wood. Okay, cutted the piece of wire from here. Okay, and add one piece of wood here. Okay, now close the switch. Is this able to conduct electricity? No. What is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is that because this is the wood and wood can't conduct electricity. Bulb will not glow. Okay, this proves that this wood is a non-metal and that can't conduct electricity. But instead of this piece of wood, add a pencil. Okay, sharp it from both the side and add a pencil from here, like this. Okay, and touch it with the graphite end. All right. So when you will add a pencil from, but what you have to do, you have to remember it, you have to sharp it from both the side. Okay, you have to sharp this from both the side and then add this in the wall. You will see that bulb will start glowing. Reason is this, that graphite can conduct electricity. All right. Graphite can conduct electricity, but wood can't. All right. Understood? So this is the activities. So these activities you will able to distinguish between the metal and non-metal. All right? Understood? Okay. So now come to this metal lustrous and non-lustrous will able to see. Only you can see and you will able to understand whether it is lustrous or non-lustrous. Okay, whether it is having shine or not. All right. So these are the hard and soft. You are able to know very easily by taking on hand only. All right. Sorry. Okay. So this one is clear. Now come to the general properties of the metalloid. Those who are having doubts, I'll clarify their doubts in the last 10 minutes. Okay. So come to the general properties of the metalloid, and this is important as the general properties of the metal and metal. What is metalloid? As I told you all, that metalloid are the elements which have both the properties, metal and non-metal. All right. What are the metalloids and where are these in the periodic table? So I told you that boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, and polonium. Okay, these are the metalloid. Okay, boron, symbol is B, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony. Okay, and tellurium and polonium. These are the metalloid. These are the metalloids in the periodic table. All right, which I have shown you in the first class. Right? The elements which were in green block, that were the metalloids. All right. Okay, metalloids have a property. Their properties lies between the metal and non-metal. So let's discuss one by one their properties. All right. So come to this general properties of the metalloid. Metalloids are hard solid. Okay. Metalloids are hard solid. They are not soft solid. So first one is metalloids are hard solid. Metalloids are hard solid. All right. They may or may not have luster. The second property is they may or may not have luster. Okay, some metalloids are having luster, but some are not. All right, we will discuss this. Second property is metalloids have may or may not luster. All right, they may or may not have luster. Okay, metalloids may and may not have luster, like germanium, antimony, and tellurium are lustrous. Okay, germanium, antimony, and tellurium. These are lustrous. Germanium, antimony, Sd, and tellurium. These three metalloids are lustrous. Except these three, all are non-lustrous. These are non-lustrous. All right. All right. Understood? Everyone, metalloids are hard solids. Okay, metalloids are hard solids. We have studied in non-metals that non-metals are soft solids. Okay, they are not very hard as metal. And in metals, we have studied that metals are hard and strong, but only except few. Okay, like sodium, potassium, these are the soft metal. All right, remember these things. Okay, if I said to write or compare the properties, general properties of the metal, non-metal, and metalloid, so you can write it. All right, all right. Metal, you can write it that metal are hard and strong solid, right? In metalloid, you can write it only that metalloids are hard solid. They are not strong enough like metal. Okay, all right. As I told you that metalloids are having both the properties, having the properties of metals also, having the properties of non-metals also. That's why some metalloids are lustrous and some metalloids are non-lustrous. Okay, like germanium, antimony, and tellurium. Okay, these are lustrous. Okay, these metalloids are lustrous. They have luster. Okay, these are having luster. Except these, polonium, boron, silicon, okay, arsenic, these are non-lustrous. All right, understood, everyone? Okay, They have densities intermediate between those of metal and non-metal. Okay, so they have densities intermediate between metal and non-metal. Densities intermediate between. They have densities intermediate between metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. All right. So densities lie between the metal and non-metal. All right. Metals are having high densities. Non-metals are having low densities, and metalloids are having densities between metal and non-metal. All right, you can compare in all the three general properties of the metal, non-metal, and metalloid. Right? Metals are having high densities. Non-metals are having low densities, and metalloid are having densities between the metal and non-metal. They lie in between the metal and non-metal. Okay, that's why I have written here intermediate between metal and non-metal. All right, understood? Okay, next is ability to conduct heat are intermediate between metal and non-metal. As I told you that metalloids are having properties between the metal and non-metal. So their conduction of heat also lies between the metal and non-metal. All right. All right. Understood? So ability to conduct heat, it also lies or intermediate between the metal and non-metal. All right. This is the fourth point. Okay, what about the electricity? So electricity also means some metalloid can conduct electricity, but some are not. Okay. So some are semiconductor. What is semiconductor? Anyone knows about the semiconductor? Semiconductor. Who will tell me this? Okay, Vanya.
Miss, which cannot completely conduct the electricity, but at some point it can conduct it.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, which have a conductivity between the metal and non-metal. Correct. All right. So some metalloids are semiconductors. Okay, which have a conductivity between the metal and non-metal. All right. Understood? If I said this, that this metalloid is semiconductor, that means that they have a conductivity or their conductivity lie between the metal and non-metal. All right. Okay. So some metalloids like arsenic and antimony being good conductor of electricity. Okay. So arsenic and antimony. Arsenic, okay, and antimony. They are good conductor. Good conductor of electricity. All right. They are good conductor of electricity. Okay, some metalloids like silicon and germanium, they are semiconductor. Okay, silicon and germanium, they are semiconductors. Okay, these are semiconductors. All right, they have a conductivity between the metal and non-metal. They are good conductor of electricity, arsenic and antimony. I have written here only the symbols of the element. All right, this is arsenic. Don't get confused in the symbols. Okay, try to learn it. Antimony, Sb, boron, B, silicon, Si, germanium, Be, antimony, Sb, arsenic, As, selenium, polonium. Okay. All right. Okay, good. If you don't want to remember the whole periodic table, at least learn it till 20. Okay, with the symbols and the elements. All right. Okay, so these properties are clear to you all. Okay, before proceeding to the new topic, Those who have a doubt, they can ask to me so that I can clarify their doubt. All right. After that, I'll move to the next topic, that is alloy. All right. Okay, one by one, raise your hand. Those who have a problem, only they.
Miss, what is actinide and lanthanide?
Actinide and lanthanide are the series in the periodic table. Okay, they kept separately in the periodic table. Okay, in the F block. All right.
Okay.
You don't know, we study in the higher classes. Right.
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, Survi. Yes, Survi. Ask your question. Remove your headphone. Whenever people are asking the questions for me, please remove your earphone and headphone.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that what about graphite? It is semiconductor or a good conductor?
Good conductor, good conductor. Although it is non-metal, but instead of non-metal, they can conduct electricity. Okay, reason is they have a free electron in it, that's why. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Aditi. Yes, Aditi.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm up to ask. I'm not understand the third point. They have densities intermediate between those of metals and non-metals.
Yes, they have a densities between metal and non-metal. Means बहुत ज़्यादा high density भी नहीं होगी और बहुत low भी नहीं होगी. ठीक है? Metal और non-metal के बीच में होगी. All right. That's why I have written here they have a densities intermediate between metal and non-metal. Metal are having densities very high and non-metal very low. Okay, and metalloids are lie between these two, so their density also lies between these two, metal and non-metal. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Apurva, yes, Apurva.
I'm sorry, I forgot to lower my hand. Ma'am, what she asked, same doubt was mine also.
You're asking Apurva?
Ma'am, whatever she has asked Aditi, that same doubt mine also. It was mine.
About the densities.
Ma'am.
Densities lie between as the heat conduction of electricity heat in the same manner. Okay, densities also lie between the metal and non-metal. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Harshika.
Ma'am, I have 3 doubts. So, are metalloids dull and brittle?
Metalloids,
Dull and brittle.
dull and brittle.
Brittle. Yes, ma'am.
Dull means some metalloids are not lustrous, as I told you. Okay, so they are dull. उनके पास shine नहीं होती, तो lustrous नहीं होती. Those metalloids which are non-lustrous. Okay, so they are dull. All right, and
Yes.
brittle means those which are not having a high resistance, or you can say those which can break into a pieces. Okay, that is brittle.
Yes,
Right,
ma'am.
इसको तोड़ने पे वो छोटे-छोटे pieces में टूट जाए. That is called brittle.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Do metalloids conduct heat and electricity?
Metalloids conduct heat and electricity. Yes, as I told you that about the heat and electricity. Like arsenic and antimony, they are the being good conductor of electricity. They can conduct. Okay. Radium and germanium, they are semiconductors. Okay, their conductivity lies between the metal and non-metal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so semiconductor which have a conductivity between metal and non-metal. And example in the metal is silicon and germanium. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm asking that are metalloids grouped together?
Metalloids are,
Grouped together.
yes, they are in a group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
If you will say about grouping means, according to their electronic configuration, properties. Okay, so they can't in that manner. Okay, Ridhima. Okay, Ridhima, after 2 minutes, I'll unmute you. Okay, Sanvi.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Sanvi.
Hello.
Yes, Sanvi. Yes, Sanvi, ask a
Ma'am,
question.
I want to ask that. Ma'am, I want to ask that. Can you explain me that metal you use? Semi-metals.
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 You're asking semi-metals. Those elements which have a property of metal and non-metal also, they are called. Okay, they actually, we will not say the semi-metals. Okay, we will say the semiconductors. Okay, somewhere it is written there, semi-metals also. Semi means कि पूरी तरह से ना हो, बीच में lie करे. Okay, don't get confused from this word semi. Yeah, sure.
Miss, can you explain me semiconductor?
Semiconductor beta which have a conductivity between the metal and non-metal. Okay, इसके पास कंडक्टिविटी मेटल और नॉन मेटल के बीच में आती है, बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे से भी कंडक्ट ना कर पाए, ठीक है, और बहुत कम भी कंडक्ट ना करे, ठीक है, तो हम सेमी कंडक्टर्स बोलते हैं. ऑलराइट.
Yes.
Okay, this Namita Srivastava. Namita, on your video, otherwise I'll not. Okay, all right.
Miss, I have to ask, boron is luster or not?
Boron,
Yes, ma'am.
non-lustrous.
And Miss, what about antimony?
Antimony, Sd.
Yes,
This is lustrous.
Yes, ma'am.
Shine है इसमें.
Thank you.
Yes, Kaushiki.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Miss, only metallic things conduct the electricity.
I can't hear you clearly, beta.
Miss, I am asking that only
Remove your
metallic
earphone.
things.
Remove your earphone. Hang. Yes, after 2 minutes, Kaushiki, I'll unmute you, beta. Yes, Anushka. It's going. I don't know why I'm not able to unmute you, Anushka. Okay, Surbi, just you ask.
Miss, how are metalloids formed?
Again, I can't hear you.
Miss, how the metalloids are formed?
How the metalloids are found in the nature. Okay, except this polonium. This is man-made. Okay, it means we get in the nature. Okay.
Miss,
And we found that these elements are having both the properties. That's why we said these are the metalloid. All right. Those who already asked the question, just lower your hand. Yes, Anant Raj.
Miss, metalloids are semiconductors. So, ma'am, when we see that silicon in 14 atomic number and its atomic mass is 28.08 and it lies in P block of radix table. So, ma'am, when we put in a circuit silicon and when we take a circuit, open circuit, and we cut a between other wire and we put a silicon. It is also a metalloid. So ma'am, the bulb will not glow until we does not give the silicon heat. So ma'am, why we are giving the silicon heat?
Just because to remove the electron from that. Okay. Clear? From the atoms, we have to remove the electron. If the atom electrons will come out or jump from the atoms, okay, then they can conduct electricity at that time. Otherwise, it will not.
So
Okay.
ma'am, we can. So ma'am, how the silicon is used in computer chips and such everything in computers. So ma'am, how they are getting heat in this way?
Which one?
Miss, silicons are used in computers and miss in CPUs. So ma'am, how they are giving silicon heat that to conduct electricity?
Actually, when we have used this silicon in the systems, okay, then at that time we have managed a system and likewise that they can conduct electricity. Okay, we don't have to give the heat to them. Alright, इस तरह से वो बने होते हैं कि ऑलरेडी उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन्स या कह सकते हो एक्साइटेड स्टेट में डाले जाते हैं कि वो आराम से कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं. Okay, next who is yes, Neha.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ask your question, beta.
In fifth point, semiconductors. Can you tell me once more?
Semiconductor. Okay, this one. Listen here, beta. Semiconductor is nothing. Semiconductor are those elements which have a conductivity between the metal and non-metal. All right. जिसकी conductivity metal और non-metal दोनों में आती है, ठीक है, यानी बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे से कंडक्ट नहीं कर पाएगा, ठीक है, और बहुत कम भी नहीं करेगा. All right. So conductivity between the metal and non-metal, that elements are called the semiconductors. And the second time I'm giving this answer, so please, it's request to you all, please don't ask the same question. If anyone asked already and I've given the answer, please listen it carefully and don't ask again and again that the same question. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Varuna. Okay. Sorry, beta, I'm not able to unmute you. Okay, all right, listen here, everyone. Objective question. Okay, I've given in the school website. Just check it on that there and do it the objective questions like true, false, fill in the blanks. All right, choose the correct options, everything in your book, and fill it correctly. All right. Okay. Ayushman.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ayushman.
Ma'am, what are the examples of sublimation?
What are the examples of
Sublimation.
sublimation? As I told you, like naphthalene. Mothball you can take. Mothball, in that naphthalene is present. Naphthalene is a chemical compound. Okay, from solid it directly converts into the gaseous state.
Ma'am, please say again, ma'am.
Also,
Ma'am, your voice is coming very low.
my voice is coming very low.
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying that you can take a mothball, in that naphthalene is present. Naphthalene, you can sublime it from solid to gas directly. Okay, iodine. Okay, these are the some compounds which you can sublime. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Abhinav.
Miss, where are these metalloids used?
Where are these metalloids used? Where you will use metal and non-metal? Where you will use metal, non-metal? Where is the metal and non-metal, Abhinav? Just give me the answer of this question. Where is metal and non-metal? Have you seen?
Yes, miss, everywhere.
Everywhere. Where it is? Just give me some example.
Miss, in fan iron and in wires, non-metals.
Okay, so these metalloids also, they also have a properties which is useful to us, like semiconductors. Okay, like those which can't conduct electricity. All right, so metalloids, okay, that is also called as semiconductors. So they also have a property which we will use in many substances. Okay, all right.
Yes, miss.
Like silicon example already Anant has given. Okay, in the system wires we are using the silicon wire. Yes, Survi.
Miss, after graphite, is there any non-metal which conducts electricity?
After graphite, is there any non-metal? No.
Miss, no non-metal conducts electricity.
Graphite, only graphite. Okay,
Miss, why?
as I told you that graphite have a free electron because of their structure, beta. Okay, that's why as I told you that graphite is made up of carbon, coal is also made up of carbon, diamond is also made up of carbon. So before you will ask, I told you all that coal, diamond, these can't conduct electricity because their carbons form 4 bonds. But in the graphite, their carbons form 3 bonds and their 1 electron is free. That's why graphite can conduct electricity, but others are not. Although
Okay, ma'am.
these compounds are also made up of carbon only. Okay, reason is only the graphite have a free electrons. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so mute yourself. Harshita. Yes, Harshita. Again, remove your phone. You are not audible. Anushka, playing with brothers. Concentrate in the class. Okay, Natik.
Yes, good morning, miss.
Good morning, beta.
Miss, what is the meaning of lustrous?
What is the meaning of
Lustrous.
luster? Shine. चमकता है, चमकता है. Shine.
Okay, miss.
Okay, Rajveer. Yes, Rajveer.
No, ma'am.
What? Ask your question, Rajveer. Why they are doing like this? Those who have a genuinely question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, don't raise your hand if you don't want to ask.
Miss, how much time is taken to form the man-made diamond, and is the man-made diamond stronger than natural diamond?
Natural diamond is stronger than artificial diamond. You are asking this?
And Miss, how much time is taken to form the man-made diamond?
Man-made diamond will form very easily. Okay, it depends on a person.
And Miss, which is stronger, natural or man-made?
Of course, natural. Natural is precious. People, you are going to do a business of a diamond. Always you are asking questions related to the diamond. अब मैं तो व्यापारी नहीं हूँ डायमंड की, तो आई डोंट नो दिस मच अबाउट द डायमंड. ओके, जो बिजनेस करता हो उससे पूछना पड़ेगा. तो Okay, only I can tell the structures, okay, properties of the diamond, uses, all these things. All right. और अगर डायमंड के व्यापार बनना, okay, if you will do the business of a diamond, please give us free. Okay, at least to me, I'm your teacher. Okay, okay, Anushka.
Miss, in place of miss, here it is given in the book a battery and light and the key it is given. So in place of key we can put magnet over there.
There, where you want to put in circuit,
Yes, ma'am.
it can't conduct. All right. मतलब जो दिमाग में आए सारा पूछ डालो बस. सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछ लो.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, बेटा. जानिए.
Ma'am, this is question not from book, miss. In mountain area, I seen that when evening is happening, in where is not mountain, at 7 o'clock it is full black. And then where is mountain at 8 o'clock, till 8 o'clock it is full this bright.
Okay, you are asking that in the mountain areas, okay, in the hilly areas, where there's a mountain, they have a long day, and where they are not, they have a short day.
Yes, ma'am.
The reason you are asking for that?
Miss, because when I go to my Nana house and another hill station, I seen many times that at 8 o'clock evening happens, and in Gorakhpur it happens at 7 o'clock.
It because of the temperature, beta, climate. Okay.
Okay.
Varies from area to area. All right, Ridhima. Sorry, beta, I don't know why I'm not able to unmute you.
Miss, my question is not from the portion. I can ask.
Okay, ask.
Miss, why we found the diamond in coal only?
Why?
Miss, why we found diamonds on the coal only?
Listen here, it wants a particular temperature. Slowly and gradually it converts into the diamond. Okay, it takes many years. Okay.
Miss, how it's converted? Miss, how we get every day who are digging inside the coal? Then every day they are getting.
Every day we are making what?
Miss, on digging inside the earth, on the coal, they are getting diamond, which Miss, it takes million years. Then how we are getting it?
It takes, yes, it takes many years. Okay, when we will dig, we will get it. Very easily we can get it. We are going very deep inside that. Okay. And very rare to find it. Okay. And again, I'm saying I'm not a businesswoman of a diamond. Okay, I'm not doing a business of a diamond. So please stop asking about the diamond, that where we will get, from where we will get, what is the cost, artificial or natural. Okay. So this will not come in the chemistry. This will, you can ask to the person who is doing the business of this. Okay. All right. One is Jethalal in our class, and he's raising hand. Okay, everyone. Time is over. In the next session, we will study about the alloy and the uses of the metal and non-metal. All right. Very soon we will finish this chapter and your first semester syllabus will be completed. All right. That's why I'm saying to you all that whatever I have given you to write it in the copy, just start learning it. All right? Start learning it.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
whatever I have given to write it, and now I'm going to, whatever I'm going to give to write it in the copy, that is on chapter 6. Okay, write it that in the copy. But today I have given only objective questions that you have to do in the book. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.